Welcome back to the Straight Flush channel. Today I'll be taking on the Prince's 9 at Hever Castle Golf Club. It is a par 68 coming in at 5,086 yards with a slope index of 113. That said, it's not the easiest course. There are two holes that definitely can be blow-ups if you're not careful. Let's get into it, find out what I can shoot. The aim today is to go level or under par. Hole 1 here, 323 yards, dogleg left. Quite open, to be honest. Just need to play a big drive down there. This is probably the only hole here which suits a draw. Everything else is a bit of a fade. But there we go. Played a big old fade down the right-hand side. Just missed the fairway. Coming up here in the rough. 72 yards over a bunker to a tuck front pin. It's not an easy shot. And it's definitely not an easy shot when you chunk it. But luckily, I've come up so short that I'm not even in the bunker. Probably was a bit left of it anyway. Short-sided to a front flag, playing a good chip shot there, a good bump and run with a tap-in par, hopefully a tap-in. There we go, sunk that one. So even through one, a good way to start. Hole 2, really short hole, 284 yards. In summer, I would not even take anything over a 3 hybrid here and potentially still go long of the green. It's a bit colder, we've just come into October. We've had a bit of rain. It's wet. The ball's not going as far. I've come up short with a driver. 38 yards to this one. I've chunked the life out of that one, to be honest. Got unlucky there. Run on. Left myself 8 foot for birdie on the second to go 1 under. Good pace, good line. Really nice putt, to be honest. Gone 1 under. I was actually given the line by my dad. He had the same putt before, or a similar putt before. 127 yards. You really don't want to go short here. That is, I mean, it's reeds, but it's water. You're just going to lose a ball if you go in there.
What have you got?
I've gone short of the front of the green. Quite short, actually. Very close to going into that water. I took an approach wedge. Thought it would be enough, but came up very short there. 24 yards, a nice one. You've got a lot of green to work with here. I don't know if that quite shows it, but that was inches away from going in there.
Very good.
Really good effort. Leaves me with 3 feet for the par, which is a good up and down from there, but to be honest, should be making easier work of that. So just going over those first 3 holes, we've gone par, birdie, par, 1 under through 3. It's a good start. A lot of golf left to play with a difficult hole coming up after this. If we can keep that going, obviously through 9, shoot under par. So good start to the round. Here we have a difficult one. It's only 334 yards, but it's a big old dogleg right. And if you go left, you're dead. If you go right, you're dead. If you go short, you're blocked out. And if you go long, you're dead. So it's got to be a decent first shot, which I haven't really hit. It's a blind shot for me here. I've just showed you the target line there. Played an 8 iron, had 162 uphill. Bit of a draw, bit of a pull. We've ended up left of the green, and to be honest, this was a great shot. It was a great number, pin high. Yeah, if you can see there's just a load of acorns on the course now. I think it's a bit harder for them to maintain it, and I've just bounced off an acorn and propelled myself forward. It was a nice chip, to be honest. This is a easy enough chip. It's very much uphill, so can give a bit more into it. It's breaking a lot, and that's a really good effort. Almost made that one. That would have been a great par save.
Not bad.
So that takes me back to even par. Not the worst through 4 holes. That is a tough hole. A bogey is not the worst I've ever scored on that, if I'm being honest. This is a really short one, 254 yards. 3 hybrid, should be enough to get there. Definitely nothing over that. I just pushed that. Ended up going into the rough, and the rough here is actually it's quite nice. It's quite thick. It's a bit different. Anyway, great shot from me there. Left myself a little tap in birdie. So we're back to 1 under. Now this is stroke index 1 at this golf course. It's difficult. You've got about 50 yards of water to clear. 160 to the back. I took a 9 iron, which should easily be 160, and I've just about got over the water. That's lucky there. I went smooth, and in retrospect, this probably should have been a full 9. Another nice chip with a lot of green to work with. Played a good one. Left myself another 3 footer for par. That's poor. That's a waste of the birdie that we made on the last hole. So through 6. So an up and down 3 holes. We've gone bogey, birdie, bogey, and on the front we've gone -1, and obviously those back 3 holes we've gone +1. So we're even now. Got through the 2 hardest holes of the golf course. So there's a lot of life in this one. So this hole was actually a par 5 from the whites, and I wanted to play it as a par 5, but then I thought it just doesn't make sense to change halfway through. But this can be played as a par 5. If not, it's 373 yard par 4 uphill, which actually makes it one of the tougher holes on the course. But again, with a good tee shot, you're all right. I have not played a good tee shot. I've left myself blocked out, and I had to play a 200 yard slice essentially there, which I've done a good effort at, but just didn't get it to turn quite as much as I wanted it to. 41 yards, need an up and down to get a par here. That is such a bad shot, and I don't know what it has kicked off to run directly to the hole as if a magnet's on it. I was really, really lucky, but you got to take them when they come, and that is a tap-in par, so I'll take that. Hole 8 is a 297 yard par 4. This was actually my first ever eagle on this hole a couple of years ago. I played a shot not dissimilar to that, and it rolled out to about 2 foot, and I had a tap-in eagle. That was in summer. This isn't in summer. I've come up short. Long way back to that flag, which is quite nice, to play a little bump and run. That's what I've done. Again, this one's tracking the flag. Just missed, and it's rolled on a little further than I wanted it to. And obviously you can see the break in that as well. That's then coming back on this part. Not an easy part. Wanted to give this one a bit extra to try and take a little bit of that movement out. Back down the hill, and I've just ended up smashing it past. Not too bad. Left myself 2 foot 4 par. It's never good when you don't line up the putt and you just go straight for it, but luckily
should have been a birdie.
Drop. So even par going on to the 9th. The 9th, as you can see, there is not a single place you can lose a ball. You can spray it left or right, and that's exactly what I've done. I've missed the fairway. I think this one's been recorded a little bit wrong. I've actually hit the fairway of the first hole here, but you've got so much room, you might as well give it a little bit extra. See the target line there, over that tree, 126 yards, pulled it just a hair. Well, I've drawn it just a hair, and left myself a long putt up the hill. You can see the target line there. Look at the way this putt snaps.
Great
and
putt.
Actually, it starts going back on itself.
I know.
We don't really see that a lot in England, but left myself a good tap in for a 4 on the 9th, which leaves me at even par through 9. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We weren't able to go under par, but we shot even par. It was a bit of fun, a shorter course, an easier course today. Leave a comment down below if there's anywhere else you want us to try out. Leave a like if you liked it. Consider subscribing. Hopefully we see you in the next one. See you there.